Manchester United's big summer plans. Will Cesco join and could Garnacho leave? Welcome back to United News, your most trusted source for all things Manchester United. We know you rely on us to bring you the latest, most accurate transfer news, and today we have some massive updates that every Red Devils fan needs to know about. The summer transfer window is heating up, and Manchester United are making some serious moves. While other news outlets might give you bits and pieces, we are here to give you the full picture. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let us walk you through everything happening at Old Trafford right now. The big question everyone is asking: will Manchester United finally get the striker they desperately need? And could one of their promising young talents be heading for the exit door? These are the questions keeping United fans awake at night, and we have got the answers you have been waiting for. Benjamin Cesco, the striker United really want. Let us start with the big news. Benjamin Cesco, the 22-year-old Slovenian striker who has been lighting up the Bundesliga with RB Leipzig, is now Manchester United's #1 target for the striker position. But here is the interesting part: he actually wants to join United too. Why does United need a new striker? Before we dive into the Cesco situation, let us talk about why United are so desperate for a new number 9. Manager Ruben Amorim has made it clear that neither Rasmus Hodgland nor Joshua Zirkzee is the complete answer to United's goal-scoring problems. Now, do not get us wrong. Both players have their strengths. Hodgland is young and has potential, while Zirkzee brings different qualities to the team. But Amorim wants a striker who can guarantee goals consistently, someone who can be the main man up front when the pressure is on. This is where Cesco comes in. The young Slovenian has been impressive for Leipzig, and his style of play fits exactly what United are looking for. He is strong, fast, good in the air, and most importantly, he knows where the goal is: the Newcastle competition. But United are not the only team interested in Cesco. Newcastle United have also thrown their hat into the ring, and they are not making it easy for United. Newcastle have already offered Cesco a 5-year contract to join them at St. James Park. They see him as a potential replacement for Alexander Isak, who might be heading to Liverpool this summer. That would be a smart move by Newcastle. Get a quality replacement lined up before your star player leaves. So why would Cesco choose United over Newcastle? Well, this is where it gets interesting. Why Cesco prefers United. Despite Newcastle offering him a contract and the fact that United will not be playing in Europe next season, Cesco has made his preference clear. He wants to join Manchester United. This might surprise some people. After all, Newcastle finished higher in the table last season and will be playing in European competitions. But United's appeal goes beyond just one season's performance. Manchester United is still one of the biggest clubs in the world. The history, the stadium, the fan base, all of these things matter to players. Plus, Cesco probably believes that United's current situation is temporary. A club like United will not stay out of Europe for long. The report suggests that Cesco was impressed by United's offer and the conversations he has had with the club. Sometimes it is not just about money or immediate success. It is about the project and where you see yourself fitting in. The money problem. Now here comes the tricky part. RB Leipzig are not going to let their star striker go cheaply. They want €75 million, about £65 million, plus additional bonuses for Cesco. That is a lot of money, especially for a club like United who need to be careful about their spending due to financial fair play rules. Leipzig have been firm on this price. They did not budge when Arsenal came calling earlier in the summer, and they are not budging now. Could Hodgland be part of the deal? One potential solution that has been discussed is including Rasmus Hodgland in a swap deal for Cesco. This would reduce the cash United need to pay and give Leipzig a ready-made replacement. From a business perspective, this makes sense. Hodgland is a good player who could do well in the Bundesliga. Leipzig would get a young striker with potential, and United would get the striker they really want. But there is a problem with this plan. Hodgland himself has made it very clear that he wants to stay at United. He told reporters that his plan is to stay and fight for his spot, regardless of what happens with new signings. The 22-year-old Danish striker said he welcomes competition and that it makes him sharper. He feels he has learned a lot and improved his game, and he wants to prove himself at Old Trafford. This creates a dilemma for United. Do they force a player who wants to stay to leave? Or do they find another way to finance the Cesco deal? The Alejandro Garnacho situation. While United are trying to bring players in, they might also need to let some go. And one name that keeps coming up is Alejandro Garnacho. What happened with Garnacho? Garnacho is undoubtedly talented. Last season, he managed double figures in both goals and assists, which is impressive for such a young player. But talent alone is not enough at a club like Manchester United. Questions have been raised about Garnacho's attitude and professionalism. After United lost to Tottenham in the Europa League final, Garnacho called the season rubbish on social media. He also made several other social media posts that did not go down well with the club management. These incidents have seriously damaged his relationship with the club. United have made it clear that his future lies elsewhere, and they are actively looking to sell him this summer. Why selling Garnacho makes financial sense. From a business point of view, selling Garnacho makes a lot of sense for United. Because he came through their youth system, he counts as a homegrown player. This means that any money they get from selling him counts as pure profit on their books. This type of deal is gold for clubs trying to balance their finances. The money from Garnacho's sale could directly fund their move for Cesco and other targets. United are looking for somewhere between £40 and £50 million for Garnacho. For a young player with potential, that is good money that can be reinvested in the squad. Chelsea's interest. Chelsea have emerged as the most likely destination for Garnacho. The young Argentine has given a positive response to the idea of joining the Blues, and he wants to stay in the Premier League. But what do Chelsea really think about signing a player who has had attitude problems? Well, they have done their homework. Chelsea have conducted thorough background checks on Garnacho, looking into his character and personality. The results of these checks have apparently satisfied them, and they are comfortable moving forward with a potential deal. The conditions for Garnacho's move. However, there are two main conditions that need to be met before Garnacho can join Chelsea. First, Chelsea need to sell some of their own attacking players to make room. They have too many forwards already, and they need to create space both in the squad and in their budget. Players like Christopher Nkunku and Armando Broja are expected to leave permanently, while others like Mark Guiu and Tariq George might go out on loan. Second, and this is crucial for United, they want to have a new striker signed before they let Garnacho go. While Garnacho is not a traditional striker, he is still an attacking option, and Amorim does not want to be left short of choices in the final third. This creates an interesting situation. United need to sell Garnacho to fund their move for Cesco, but they do not want to sell Garnacho until they have signed Cesco. It is a bit of a chicken and egg situation that will require careful timing. What this all means for United's season. So what does all this transfer activity mean for Manchester United's chances next season? The importance of getting a striker. Getting a proven goalscorer like Cesco would be huge for United. They struggled to score goals consistently last season, and having a reliable striker could be the difference between fighting for top four and challenging for the title. Cesco brings everything United need in a striker. He is young enough to be a long-term solution but experienced enough to make an immediate impact. His physical presence would give United a different dimension in attack, especially against teams that like to sit deep and defend. The risk of losing Garnacho. On the flip side, losing Garnacho could be a risk. Yes, he has had attitude problems, but he is still a very talented young player. There is always the chance that he could mature and become a top player elsewhere, leaving United to regret selling him. However, sometimes you have to make tough decisions. If Garnacho's attitude is not right for the club culture that Amorim is trying to build, then it might be better for everyone if he moves on. The financial balancing act. What this situation really shows is how complex modern football transfers have become. It is not just about wanting a player and paying for them. You have to consider financial fair play rules, squad balance, player attitudes, and so much more. United are trying to balance all these factors while building a team that can compete at the highest level. It is not easy, but if they can pull off both deals, signing Cesco and selling Garnacho, it could set them up perfectly for the future. Other United transfer news. While Cesco and Garnacho dominate the headlines, United are also looking at other areas of the squad. There are reports that they are interested in Real Madrid's Rodrigo, though that seems like a more difficult deal to complete. They are also exploring the goalkeeper market, with Paris Saint-Germain's Gianluigi Donnarumma mentioned as a potential target. These moves show that United are not just looking at one or two positions. They are conducting a comprehensive review of the squad and trying to upgrade wherever possible. The timeline. So when can we expect these deals to be completed? The transfer window closes at the end of August, so there is still time, but not unlimited time. The Cesco deal seems more advanced, with positive talks having taken place this week. If United can find a way to meet Leipzig's asking price, this one could happen relatively quickly. The Garnacho situation is more complex because it depends on Chelsea making their own sales first and United getting their striker business done. This one might drag on closer to the deadline. What should United fans expect? As United fans, what should you be preparing for? Here are the most likely scenarios. If everything goes according to plan, United will sign Cesco for around £65 million and sell Garnacho to Chelsea for around £45 million. This would give them a net spend of about £20 million for a significant upgrade in their attacking options. However, transfer windows rarely go exactly according to plan. Leipzig might not budge on their asking price. Chelsea might not be able to make the sales they need. Hodgland might refuse to be part of any swap deal. The most important thing is to be patient. These deals take time, and there will be plenty of rumors and speculation along the way. But if United can get even one of these deals done, preferably the Cesco signing, it would be a successful window. Looking ahead. Beyond this summer, these moves would set United up well for the future. Cesco is young enough to be the club's main striker for the next decade. Getting rid of Garnacho, while painful, might be necessary to maintain the right culture and mentality in the squad. Amorim is clearly trying to build something special at United. He wants players who are not just talented but who also have the right attitude and commitment. Sometimes that means making tough decisions about popular players. Conclusion. There you have it. Everything you need to know about Manchester United's current transfer situation. Benjamin Cesco wants to join United, but the price tag is steep. Alejandro Garnacho is likely heading for the exit door, with Chelsea leading the race for his signature. These are not just any transfers. They could define United's next few seasons. Getting them right could put United back on the path to success. Getting them wrong could mean another frustrating campaign. But here is what we know for sure. United are being proactive in the transfer market, they have clear targets, and they are willing to make tough decisions. That is exactly what fans have been asking for. We will continue to follow these stories closely and bring you all the latest updates as they happen. Because at Unite United News, we know that staying informed means staying ahead of the game. Keep checking back with us for all the latest Manchester United news. Because when it comes to transfer rumors and club updates, we have got you covered. Until next time, keep supporting the Red Devils and remember, the best is yet to come. What do you think about these potential moves? Are you excited about the possibility of signing Cesco? Do you think selling Garnacho is the right decision? Let us know your thoughts, and keep following Unite United News for all the latest updates from Old Trafford.